Good evening, and welcome to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm Nicodemus, and I will be your host as we take a look at the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And remember, none of this is financial advice. And it's 10 p.m. Pacific on Saturday, September 9th, 2023. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we have no sponsors, no hidden agendas, and no BS. But we do have the news, so let's talk about that. Tonight, we dig into the guilty pleas rocking FTX and their embattled founder. Ripple's legal tango with the SEC takes a strategic turn, and Tangem secures a groundbreaking Visa deal that could redefine hardware wallets. The Federal Reserve navigates a stablecoin conundrum while France tests out crypto ad regulations. And finally, Taiwan sketches out a blueprint for crypto oversight. Buckle up. Ryan Salame, a former executive at FTX, is set to plead guilty in a Manhattan federal court. Salame was the co-chief executive at FTX's Bahamas subsidiary. He faces allegations related to the collapse of the cryptocurrency exchange and is accused of being a straw donor for political campaigns. Salame is also implicated in potential violations related to political donation regulations. He agreed to forfeit approximately $1.5 billion, including real estate and a Porsche. Salame's guilty plea comes weeks before former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is set to stand trial. Salame admitted to making $10 million in political contributions, falsely labeling them as loans. SBF is currently in jail for witness tampering. His trial is set to commence on October 3rd. He faces allegations of orchestrating a multi-billion-dollar fraud scheme, misappropriating FTX's customer funds for personal expenditure, high-risk investments in Alameda Research, and political donations. Bankman-Fried's defense team has been pushing for his temporary release, claiming that his Sixth Amendment rights are being violated due to limited access to defense materials and poor internet connectivity in his jail cell. The guilty plea of Salame, a top-level associate at FTX, is a seismic event in the crypto world. This isn't just a lone wolf. This implicates the entire operation of FTX and its leadership. Salame's plea deal includes the forfeiture of a staggering $1.5 billion. An amazing sum that was part of a scheme that has now crumbled, leaving a trail of legal chaos. Salame's role as a straw donor for political campaigns is especially alarming. It was a blatant attempt to manipulate the political system, using money as a tool for influence. This is the kind of centralization and corruption that the crypto community stands against. It's a betrayal, not just of legal standards, but of ethical principles that many in the crypto world hold dear. The timing of Salame's plea, just weeks before Sam Bankman-Fried's trial, is also telling. It raises questions about whether Salame will cooperate with prosecutors, potentially delivering a crushing blow to SBF's defense. Meanwhile, the defense team for Bankman-Fried is fighting an uphill battle. Their attempts to secure his temporary release have been futile, and the limited access to defense materials only adds to their woes. The situation also raises questions about the fairness of the trial process. But let's not forget, these limitations are a result of Bankman-Fried's own actions, including witness tampering that led to his imprisonment. You thought FTX's woes were a wake-up call? Hold that thought. As one exchange buckles under legal scrutiny, Ripple is beefing up its arsenal. Let's explore how Ripple is turning the tables in its legal match against the SEC. But before we dive in, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, folks. You're not going to want to miss a single episode. In the latest developments surrounding Ripple and the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, the regulatory body has filed an appeal against a groundbreaking ruling that favored Ripple and its XRP token. This move by the SEC comes at a time when Ripple strategically acquired Fortress Trust. Fortress Trust is a crypto-focused chartered trust company. The SEC's appeal and accusations against Ripple are part of a broader narrative that's been unfolding over the past few months. The SEC accuses Ripple of prolonging the litigation process to continue selling XRP, a claim that adds another layer of complexity to this ongoing legal battle. Fortress Trust is not just any company. It specializes in Web3 financial services, regulatory compliance, and technology infrastructure. This acquisition follows Ripple's recent purchase of Medico. Medico is a crypto custody provider. Medico also had a price tag of $250 million. The addition of Fortress to Ripple's portfolio is significant for several reasons. First, it adds a Nevada trust license to Ripple's existing set of regulatory licenses, which already includes a New York BIT license and over 30 money transmitter licenses across the U.S. The SEC's decision to appeal the ruling in favor of Ripple is a calculated move aimed at setting a precedent for the crypto industry. The regulatory bodies claim that Ripple is deliberately prolonging the litigation process to continue its XRP sales, paints Ripple as the antagonist in this saga. However, Ripple is far from passive in this unfolding drama. The acquisition of Fortress Trust is a tactical maneuver by Ripple, serving as both a shield and a sword. By acquiring a company that specializes in Web3 financial services and regulatory compliance, Ripple is sending a clear message. It's gearing up for a long battle. This acquisition does more than just add to Ripple's growing list of regulatory licenses. It also expands its technological capabilities, allowing the company to cater to a broader market. The timing of these events is crucial. While the SEC is focused on legal proceedings, Ripple is strategically positioning itself as a formidable player in the crypto space. The acquisition of Fortress Trust, coming on the heels of Ripple's purchase of Medico, shows the company is in full offense mode, ready to expand its empire. While Ripple and the SEC are at each other's throats, a Swiss firm called Tangem is bridging the gap between crypto and traditional finance. Stick around, and don't forget to follow us to get notified of our daily episodes. Switzerland-based Tangem is making waves in the hardware wallet industry. They recently announced a comprehensive product upgrade and rebranding initiative. This move comes after Tangem secured Visa certification for its payment solution. This certification allows users to make transactions at all 95 million Visa terminals worldwide using cryptocurrency. Tangem's user base has seen a staggering 738% growth since their last product launch. They aim to capture market share from established players like Ledger Wallet and Trezor. The rebranding includes a complete overhaul of the Tangem app, a new logo, and redesigned cards and packaging. Features like token sorting, a dark theme, and the option for users to hide their balances are being added. A firmware audit feature is also in the works to allow users to verify the integrity of their firmware. Tangem plans to launch a new product page on September 10th and will start distributing its cards to over 140 countries from October 10th to warehouses in Europe, the USA, and Hong Kong. Tangem's Visa certification represents an integration into a global payment network. This is the first fully self-custodial payment solution of its kind. The technology allows the storage of both public and private keys of a Bitcoin wallet inside a bank card. When used, the card generates a Visa payment message and a one-time password for blockchain transaction authorization. This move could be a significant step towards mass crypto adoption. It combines the security of a hardware wallet with the convenience of a payment card. It puts the power back in the hands of the people. You control your funds, your keys, and your financial destiny. Tangem is also focusing on user experience and security, evident from the upcoming features and firmware audit. Tangem's pioneering Visa deal is a sign of things to come, but not everyone is keen on this crypto evolution. Up next, the Federal Reserve and their stablecoin conundrum. Keep listening, and if you're enjoying this deep dive, leave us a review. Michael Barr, the Federal Reserve Vice Chairman, stated that the U.S. is far from making a decision on a central bank digital currency. He emphasized that the Fed is still in the basic research phase, focusing on system architecture and tokenization models. Barr said any move toward a CBDC would require clear support from the executive branch and legislation from Congress. Barr expressed deep concerns about stablecoins, particularly those without any strong federal oversight. He warned that if non-federally regulated stablecoins became widespread, they could pose significant risks to financial stability, monetary policy, and the U.S. payment system. The Fed has recently launched its FedNow real-time payments network, which some believe could compete with stablecoins. However, Barr mentioned that the program has had limited use so far. Stablecoins like Tether and USDC have significant market caps, with Tether at over $83 billion and USDC at $26 billion. These stablecoins are minted by private entities and are not directly regulated by the Fed or any global regulator. The Federal Reserve's cautious approach to CBDCs isn't just a matter of bureaucratic inertia, it's a calculated move. Barr's comments make it clear that the Fed is wary of the potential upheaval that both CBDCs and stablecoins could bring to the financial system. The Fed seems to understand that rushing into the CBDC landscape without adequate research and legislative backing could be a recipe for disaster. Stablecoins, on the other hand, are already a significant part of the crypto community. The irony here is that while stablecoins offer a decentralized alternative to traditional fiat currencies, their lack of regulation could potentially lead to financial instability. This creates a paradox for investors who champion financial freedom but also crave stability. The The FedNow network's limited use suggests that the Fed is still testing the waters, possibly gauging how it could serve as a counter to the rise of stablecoins. But let's be real. Can a centralized service like FedNow ever truly compete with the allure of decentralized stablecoins? In essence, the Fed's cautious stance is a double-edged sword. On one side, it's a win for those who distrust centralization as it delays the rollout of a CBDC. On the other, it leaves the door open for stablecoins to gain more traction, which could be a risky bet for the traditional U.S. financial system. Either way, the Fed's next moves will be critical in shaping the future of digital currencies and, by extension, the broader financial landscape. Stablecoins have the Fed scratching their heads, but across the Atlantic, France is wrestling with a different beast: crypto advertising. Curious? Keep listening. Oh, and tap that notifications bell so you're always in the loop. France rolled out a new training and certification program for crypto influencers. The program is called the Responsible Influence Certificate in Finance. It's a joint initiative by Autorité des Marchés Financiers and the Autorité de Régulation Professionnelle de Publicité. The program aims to ensure that paid advertisements in the crypto and finance sectors are disclosed properly. Influencers must score at least 75% on a 25 multiple-choice question exam to receive the certificate. The ARPP will monitor certified content creators and can revoke the certificate for non-compliance. It's not a legal requirement to have these certificates, but failure to comply could lead to legal repercussions. So what does this mean? First off, this move by France is a clear indication that governments are taking an active role in regulating the crypto space. We've seen this kind of thing recently out of the UK. While France's program aims to protect retail investors, it also imposes a layer of control over crypto influencers. This could be a way to centralize the narrative around cryptocurrencies, something the community often resists. The AMF and ARPP are essentially setting the rules of the game here. They're deciding what's ethical and what's not in the crypto advertising space. Now, this could be a slippery slope. Today, it's about disclosure of paid ads. Tomorrow, it could be about what you can or cannot say about a particular crypto asset. Moreover, the certificate is not legally required, but could become a de facto standard. Brands might start requiring this certification for collaborations, further tightening the grip of regulatory bodies on the crypto space. This could lead to a situation where only certified voices get heard, marginalizing independent influencers who might offer a different, perhaps critical perspective. So while the initiative might seem like a step toward transparency and investor protection, it also raises questions about the freedom of speech and increasing role of regulatory bodies in the crypto space. France's move to regulate crypto influencers raises eyebrows, but Taiwan is aiming for something more concrete. Up next, Taiwan's blueprint for crypto oversight. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for more crypto insights you won't find anywhere else. Taiwan's Financial Supervisory Commission for Virtual Currency Management is set to issue 10 guiding principles for virtual asset providers this September. These principles aim to ensure that crypto businesses establish review mechanisms and comply with anti-money laundering laws. The guidelines also state that unregistered overseas firms should not solicit business in Taiwan. Taiwan announced plans in March to create bespoke legislation for the crypto sector. The nation's Supervision Commission will oversee this crypto regime. Taiwan mandated that virtual asset service providers must comply with local AML regulations in 2018. In 2021, it issued rules aligned with the Global Financial Action Task Force. Last year, Taiwan registered 24 crypto platforms. Taiwan's financial regulator for cryptocurrencies also plans to release these 10 guiding principles to strengthen crypto oversight. The Financial Supervision Commission will also establish guidelines around compliance, consumer protection, and anti-money laundering. Crypto firms will need to segregate customer and corporate funds under the new principles. Taiwan's new move aligns with efforts for dedicated crypto regulations announced earlier this year. The country is working to balance innovation with tighter controls. The upcoming principles aim to encourage responsible innovation within a compliant framework. Taiwan's principles offer a valuable regional perspective as crypto oversight matures across global markets. It seems like Taiwan is taking a measured approach to crypto regulation, and it's worth noting how this fits in the broader landscape of global crypto governance. While many countries are grappling with the rapid growth of the crypto market, Taiwan is setting a precedent by issuing clear, actionable guidelines. This isn't just a regulatory move, it's a strategic one. By providing a clear framework, Taiwan is positioning itself as a responsible player in the crypto space, one that aims to balance innovation with compliance. The focus on anti-money laundering is particularly noteworthy. AML laws are often seen as a tool for governments to exert control over financial transactions. Taiwan's emphasis on AML compliance has both good and bad points. On the one hand, it adds a layer of legitimacy to the crypto sector. On the other, it gives the government a lever to pull should they wish to clamp down on crypto activities. Taiwan's decision to bar unregistered overseas companies from soliciting business is another significant move. It's a clear signal to the global crypto community. If you want to operate in Taiwan, you play by Taiwan's rules. This could deter some foreign companies, but it could also attract those looking for a stable regulatory environment. Taiwan's upcoming crypto guidelines could serve as a blueprint for other nations. It aims to foster a compliant yet innovative crypto ecosystem, and for anyone a little distrustful of government intervention, this is a development worth watching closely. So, what happened? In the case of FTX, former executives, including Ryan Salame, pled guilty to charges that range from political fraud to operating an illegal money-transmitting business. Bankman-Fried sits in a cell, awaiting his trial, while his defense cries foul over trial fairness. As for Ripple, the SEC has appealed a ruling in the company's favor, while Ripple counters with the strategic acquisition of Fortress Trust. The stakes are high, and both sides are arming for an all-out legal and financial war. Tangem got a Visa certification that allows crypto transactions across 95 million terminals worldwide. The company also announced significant upgrades, making it a formidable competitor to established hardware wallet providers. The Federal Reserve's Michael Barr expressed concerns over stablecoins and the potential risks they pose to the U.S. financial system. Meanwhile, Barr confirmed that a U.S. CBDC is still a distant reality as the Fed remains in the basic research phase. France is setting the tone for crypto advertising regulation with a new certification program for influencers. While the move aims to protect investors, it also raises concerns about freedom of speech and central control over the crypto narrative. Lastly, Taiwan's financial regulator is ready to issue a set of guiding principles for crypto businesses, aiming to balance innovation with regulation. The country's approach could serve as a template for other nations looking to regulate the crypto space responsibly. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then please like, follow, subscribe, leave a rating, or maybe a review. And in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow night.